Hi guys, so today I'm going to be filming something that's pretty requested. You girls have all been wanting to know for a while now, what are my most feminine perfumes? For me, feminine perfumes is kind of hard to for me to tell you guys what I think is feminine, what I think is masculine, what I think is unisex. But like I said with all of my videos, this is just my personal opinion. So I always get asked before we go on about my lip combination. I'm going to link it down below for you guys. And also, you guys always ask where I get my clothes or my tops. I buy all my clothes from the op shop, so I feel really bad that I can't actually give you girls a source of where I get my clothes, but I just get them one-off at op shops. I don't buy my clothes from regular stores. I just go to the Salvos to buy my clothes, so I can't really tell you exactly where to get it from, and I feel really bad. But anyways, I have 13 fragrances, so I don't want to make this too long and rambly, but I'm going to share with you guys now what my top 13 recommendations are for the most feminine perfumes in my collection. So coming in at my number 13 is from Chanel, and this is Allure Eau de Toilette. Now this is definitely, in my opinion, one of the more feminine fragrances from Chanel. Also Coco Mademoiselle is very feminine, but I would say that there is a beautiful feminine quality to Allure, the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum I feel like could be a little bit gender bending, but the Eau de Toilette to me is very feminine. It's very ethereal and very light and very airy, which I really love about it. It has vanilla, it has honeysuckle, it has lemon, but like I said, there's a certain air to this fragrance, almost like a little bit marshmallowy but it doesn't smell like marshmallow, if that makes any sense. So to me, it definitely smells and leans quite feminine. My number 12 is from Guerlain, and I've talked about this one quite a lot. It is Mademoiselle from Guerlain. Easily my most feminine fragrance from Guerlain. I have others in my collection that could definitely be gender bending, but Mademoiselle is very feminine. Let me just say that. It is a very feminine scent, and I love it so much. It smells to me like powdery sweet marshmallows. I've said this many times, there is a green planty sort of note, like bitter, in the beginning of this fragrance, but as soon as it kind of dries down, you just have to work with it a little bit, it definitely turns into like a straight up sweet, powdery, innocent marshmallow scent that is so to die for. So Mademoiselle from Guerlain is definitely feminine to me. I couldn't see this one on a man, but like I said, well, everybody knows fragrance is unisex, you can wear whatever you want, but this one to me is very feminine. My number 11 is from Mancera, and this fragrance is Velvet Vanilla. Now I actually do know that this is marketed towards men and women, and obviously, like I said, and I feel like I don't have to keep saying this, every single fragrance in the world can be worn by anyone. You can wear anything that you want, but to me, I couldn't see this fragrance on a man. Although I know men wear it, I personally couldn't see, this is not something that I would want to smell on a guy. I think that this is a very feminine fragrance. It has tuberose and angelica and pear and vanilla. This fragrance is very, very addictive, but like I said, if you can kind of imagine how a bubblegum and tuberose fragrance would smell, this is what it smells like. It's very sweet, it's quite smooth, which I really love. It's a very well blended scent, but it's very big. I have to say that it's a very big fragrance, so be careful, 1 or 2 sprays and you're good. But Velvet Vanilla from Mancera is definitely more of a feminine fragrance in my opinion. My number 10 is from Guerlain, and I know I made a mistake. This one actually did come out before Mon Guerlain, and this is Mon Exclusive from Guerlain. Definitely feminine to me, definitely a very feminine, beautiful fragrance. It's aromatic, it's vanilla, it's lavender. It's a lot sweeter and a lot milkier and a lot creamier than Mon Guerlain. Mon Guerlain is a lot more powdery. It's a little bit more of that lavender, and it's a little bit less sweet, whereas this one is definitely sweeter. I feel like this would make a beautiful signature scent for a woman. It's gorgeous. Guerlain Mon Exclusive definitely smells feminine. I love how there's a theme here. If you saw these fragrances in front of me, they are all pink or light yellow, they're very girly looking fragrances. Coming in at my number 9 is Martine Micallef Ylang. This is the same fragrance as Ylang in gold, but it just doesn't have the liquid. So Ylang to me is very, very feminine and very beautiful. If there is, I've said this many times again, if there's a word to put beautiful to a fragrance, it's this. This is Ylang Ylang, it's coconut, It's very smooth. There's a little bit of like this kind of plasticky note in this fragrance. I'm not sure if it's the combination of like the coconut with the fruit, or there's definitely like this little plasticky kind of vibe, but not in a bad way. Like, don't let that make it sound bad or synthetic or weird. It's just got this kind of plasticky smell, but in a good way. Like, I know that sounds kind of bad, but I'm talking about it just to kind of describe to you guys how it smells. It definitely smells like vanilla. There is a very beautiful vanilla note in here. It's got ylang ylang. You definitely pick up the coconut, which in my opinion gives it a very like exotic, little bit tropical kind of vibe to it. A very subtle, like fuzzy peach vibe. And I just love it so much. It's very feminine. It's very beautiful. And I've been wearing this one a lot at the moment because I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So Martine Micallef Ylang. So my number 8 is from Maison Lancome, and this one is Jasmine's Marzipan. This one is definitely feminine to me. It is a clean, soapy, crisp jasmine with a bitter almond note. I've said this many times, I expected this to be a lot more gourmand, a lot more sweet because it has vanilla, it has the almond note. I just expected something totally different. I expected maybe like marzipan, like I expected it sweet and quite gourmand, but it's definitely not. It's a clean, crisp, fresh, feminine, soapy jasmine scent with a bitter almond note and a hint of sweetness, like the smallest little bit of sweetness in here. Don't get me wrong, it is so beautiful, and I feel like this is a very professional fragrance. It's a very like an everyday, a beautiful everyday fragrance, but like I said, it's not like a really sweet fragrance at all. It's more of the clean, soapy jasmine, but I absolutely love it. So Jasmine's Marzipan from Maison Lancome is definitely feminine to me, like definitely. Now I'm going to talk about a fragrance coming up next that reminds me a lot of Jasmine's Marzipan, and I have to say, if you like this fragrance, you're going to love this next fragrance that I'm going to talk about. This one is from Serge Lutens, and this one is called Noire from Serge Lutens. Now, to me, these are very, very similar, and what I mean by that is the vibe that they give me is so similar. They're both clean, soapy white florals, but not boring white florals. Like, for instance, Pure Poison from Christian Dior, I'm not calling it boring, but I'm saying it's a very simple white floral scent, very easy to understand. These are a little bit more complex, but they definitely smell similar, as in they have that kind of white floral but still a cleanness, and they both actually feature the note of bitter almond. The only difference is that Noire heavily features tuberose and Jasmine's Marzipan heavily features jasmine. So whether you like jasmine or tuberose, you're gonna love either one of these fragrances, but to me they're both very, very feminine, very beautiful, very easy to wear feminine scents that I absolutely love. So Noire from Serge Lutens is coming in at my number, I don't know. This fragrance is literally the epitome of feminine. This fragrance is from Amouage and it is called Honor Woman. And like I said just then, this is the epitome of feminine. Now I've seen some people actually refer to this as like a grandma floral. It smells old, it smells like a granny. I don't get that at all. To me personally, it is one of the most beautiful bouquets of white flowers. It's very dewy. There's like a real dewy smell to this fragrance, and I just love it. There's also a beautiful rhubarb note in here, which don't worry if you don't like rhubarb or you don't like sour things. It's very like, it goes pretty unnoticed in my opinion, but you can still kind of smell it, which gives it a little bit of more of like a unique twist. Now this is gardenia, it's tuberose, it's jasmine, it's lily of the valley. This, like I said, is a white floral in a bottle, which is very, very feminine. White florals tend to be quite feminine and quite feminine, quite girly, so that is exactly what this smells like. Like I said, I don't know, I don't pick up the grandma vibe, but I can see how people would think that it's more of a mature scent because it does feature gardenia and tuberose and jasmine. It's very, very strong like that, but it's a beautiful fragrance and it's definitely feminine and it's definitely beautiful. Coming in at my number 5 is Christian Dior's La Colle Noire. Look how much I've used of this fragrance. Some of you guys always say to me like, do you even wear your fragrances? Yes, I do, but I'm very like a creature of habit. Like I'll wear certain fragrances for certain events, but I will tend to pull out the same fragrances like that I wear every day, and I'll wear them all the time. Like I have Delina and it's like down to the bottom, and this fragrance, like you can see I wear it. So La Colle Noire from Christian Dior, This one is very feminine, and I know that a lot of men like to wear this fragrance, which is 100% perfectly fine. But to me, when I smell it, it smells feminine. Like, this smells very, very feminine to me. That's why it's my number 5. Now, I'm going to paint a picture for you guys right now. To me, La Colle Noire smells like the perfect beauty gurus that you see online. Stop what you're doing and search up Annie Jaffrey on YouTube. This is what Annie Jaffrey would smell like. Like, she is very like put together and perfect all the time. She always has perfect hair and a perfect tan and very like kind of put together. That is what I imagine Annie Jaffrey to smell like, is this fragrance right here. So La Colle Noire, to me it is rose, but it's a beautiful like watery, ethereal, pretty rose scent. It is not powdery, it's not strong, it's not aldehydic, it's not mature. It doesn't smell anything like that. To me, this is a very translucent rose scent. It actually has kind of bad longevity. I'm not gonna lie to you guys right now. It's hard for me to tell you guys to go out and buy this one because it's very expensive, but it doesn't have the best longevity. But just going off the scent, I know so many of you girls would love this one, but it's just up to you. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, to me, the longevity is disappointing, but the scent is so beautiful and I obviously love wearing it myself. So La Colle Noire from Christian Dior, like I said, it's a beautiful, watery, translucent, feminine rose scent that's just very pretty. Okay, so coming in at my number 4 is from Memo Paris or Memo Paris. This is Granada. This gives me a very like honeysuckly sort of vibe, like very sweet and feminine and innocent and very sensual as well. Like I've said this before in numerous videos, this is like a date in the summertime. If you're going on a date in the summertime with a guy or a girl, wear this fragrance. It's very intoxicating, it's very beautiful. It is a beautiful jasmine and orange blossom scent, but like I said, it has that kind of honeyed sweetness in there. There's like a note in here called grenadine syrup. I'm not really sure how that smells, but I'm assuming it's quite like a syrupy sort of smell. And it's just beautiful. Like, I love this fragrance, and to me it is very, very feminine and I absolutely adore it. My number 3 is a fragrance that I've just spoke about in a previous video, and this one is from the House of Versai, and this fragrance is called A Fuego Lento. Somebody pulled me up on my pronunciation, so thank you. This fragrance is called A Fuego Lento. Beautiful, like absolutely beautiful fragrance. Now this one, I have to be honest with you guys, when you first spray it, wait for it to dry down a little bit because it can be very sharp in the opening. The scent cloud of this fragrance is almost unbeatable. It has the most beautiful scent trail that I've ever smelled of a white floral. Jasmine, 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 like right up in your face, but it also has Toulouse balsam in it. It also has suede. There's definitely a sweet vibe to this fragrance. It does almost have a little bit of like a bubblegummy sort of, not too much, not like Mancera's Velvet Vanilla, but it does definitely have like this sweet vibe going on as well, mixed with that beautiful like crisp, bright jasmine. When you first spray it on, it's going to be quite harsh and quite sharp, but just kind of leave it to dry down and you're going to be absolutely intoxicated. If you like feminine white florals, this is amazing. So A Fuego Lento from Versai. My number 2 is from Nasomatto. This is one that you guys can see. I have been wearing this one quite a lot because I absolutely love it. This is one of the most beautiful tuberose fragrances that I've ever smelled. This fragrance is called Narcotic V, obviously from Nasomatto. Now, this is the most realistic, raw, in a garden tuberose fragrance that I've ever smelled. There is a bit of a greenness to it. It literally smells, guys, like the most realistic tuberose fragrance ever. Like, you've really, like, you're smelling the plant, you're smelling the garden, you're smelling the water in the garden, you're smelling everything. And that's what it smells like. It's very, like I said, it's very realistic. You can smell the quality in this fragrance. Luckily, you don't need many sprays of it because it's very expensive, but it is so beautiful. It is so feminine. You do have to be into tuberose to like this one. It is not a heavy tuberose scent. Like, it doesn't smell very thick. It smells quite, like I said, like green, garden, realistic tuberose. A little bit of a spiciness there as well, but if I had to be honest with you guys, it's like a green tuberose fragrance. I'm gonna leave you guys right now. Guess in the comments what I'm gonna talk about right now. I can't stop and I won't stop, alright? I'm not going to stop talking about this because I love it so much. This is Parfums de Marly Delina. I also adore Delina Exclusive. You guys, I've tried a sample of it and it's possibly even better than Delina, if that's even a thing. Delina is a very versatile scent, whereas the Exclusive is a little bit more thick and sweeter and syrupier, whereas this one's a bit fresher. So that's why I'm talking about this one now. But Delina, guys, oh, I can't say it again. It is my favorite fragrance. Like, I'm not even gonna try to hide it anymore. It is my favorite scent. It's femininity in a bottle. It's very sexy. It's very sensual. Every time I've worn this around a guy, I've had a compliment. It's smooth, it's velvety, it's plush. It's a little bit like shampoo-y. There's a little bit of a soapiness to it as well, but not in a way where it smells boring or it smells bland or it smells like a soapy scent. It's just all combined so beautifully. It's very smooth, like I said, velvety, sensual, sexy. It's sweet, but it's also got a sourness to it, and it's got that peony, and it's got the rose, and it's just, I can't say enough good things. And like I said, I won't stop talking about it. A lot of you girls have bought this because of me. My biggest tip is spray it on your skin. Spray it on your skin, spray a little bit in your hair. Don't spray it on a tester strip. You may not even like it if you spray it on a test strip because it just won't do it any justice. This is a fragrance that you really have to spray it onto your skin. All fragrances you have to spray onto your skin, but especially Delina. So Parfums de Marly Delina, guys, check it out. It is my best fragrance, my favorite fragrance, and it's very, very feminine. And that's why it's my number one. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a long one, but yes, I hope that you so you can see I'm trying to wrap this up. I hope that you enjoyed watching what my top fragrances are, like top feminine fragrances are. So yeah, thank you girls so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.